for keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. So
Hello, good morning. It's like 11:30. It's still morning. I worked out and I have been at the doctor's office having a wellness exam for the past like hour. And so there's some things I gotta follow up with. I gotta follow up with endocrinology. I gotta have a breast MRI because I got a family history. And I got a full like CBC, all that stuff. So we'll see if we're doing all right, but I'm hoping I'll do all right. I had a follow-up with my gynecologist yesterday because I got a fibroid removed in August. Was that August? I don't remember when that was, but when I did, I also like had an IUD exchange, and because I had heavy periods. This is like lady stuff, uterus stuff, so just bear with me, because I've been bleeding like a lot every single month, and therefore becoming iron deficiency anemic, which is not great. So that was like the last resort, because I had Paragard before, which is the copper IUD. So now I have Mirena, which is the hormonal IUD, and I must say it is incredible. Like, I was just at Walgreens to buy like pads, and usually I buy like the heaviest pads, the highest like absorbency tampons, and I just went to, because that's the second day of my period, and I just went to buy like these are like the lowest absorbency little pads, and that's all I need. That's all I need for the whole cycle. So I'm basically gonna have to reorganize my entire like period area in my bathroom, which is great. I don't mind. But I also went to Whole Foods. Oh, I got some little like micellar water if you care about that. I went to Whole Foods to grab some stuff. I got half and half. I bought a lot of dairy products. I got whole milk and I got heavy cream. Now, technically, I guess I could have just bought these. But why? I'm lazy, I guess. We also got cilantro and parsley. I got the cutest little mini cucumbers. I got some pork rinds. These are not for eating by themselves. These are for like breading items. They work very well as a like a breading substitute for like meat or whatever. Got some riced cauliflower, but this time it's not frozen. I've never bought the fresh riced cauliflower, so I'm hoping maybe it tastes better. I don't know. The frozen isn't bad. I mean, and you know, technically I could just rice my own cauliflower, but again, perhaps I am lazy. And then last but not least, some Illy coffee beans, because even though I'm trying like new coffees and like specialty coffees, I still do really like Illy, like just for the everyday yummy, dependable, like medium roast coffee that I can like just drink without anything in it, just to be chillin'. So I wonder if it would make a good espresso shot. Now that I have an espresso machine, that is a good question. Speaking of that, I gotta turn my oven on because I'm gonna make some bacon. I got garam masala. So let me check what proteins I took out of the fridge. I keep saying proteins I take out of the fridge, and I mean proteins I take out of the freezer, but I say fridge every time, and it's weird. So I have salmon in there, boneless chicken thighs, because I got the garam masala because I was thinking about like making some kind of Indian chicken goodness. There's a salmon fillet, there's bacon, and there are 2 steaks. So that should be enough for the rest of the week. I think it'll be fine. Do I want coffee now? I had pour over this morning. So my coffee rituals have been, although would this make good net mocha? Okay, listen, I need to focus. Okay, when I wake up in the morning, I do a pour over. It's kind of my ritual, and I like the pour over machine thing I have. It's good, but I kind of want a Chemex because it looks sexy, and I feel like it would be easier to use. And then my next coffee drink is something from the machine, usually a cappuccino, or a flat white, or a latte. And that one I use like a little flavoring in there, try and do a little fanciness. So I'm up for, and I'm trying to keep my coffee drinks to like 3 a day. But I love coffee. So I'm thinking it's a good time for like some kind of cappuccino. And I'll have an omelet. I think it's omelet time. Should I just have like a regular omelet? Regular cheese omelet with some avocado on the side, bacon. And then for dinner, I kind of wanted to do salmon again, but the reason I bought these cucumbers is because there's a salmon like dish that we used to make all the time from Amazon meals when Amazon was doing meal kits. Shocker, they're not around anymore, but I'm sad about it but I still have the recipes. And there was this salmon dish with like a cucumber, yogurt, lemon dressing with beets and bulgur. So now that's like a little too high carb for me, but I think I could do the same with cauliflower rice being like the bed of whatever. And I will eat the beets. So I'm not going to eat like a ton of beets. They're not really keto friendly, but I'm meaning they are a whole food, so I'm not going to like completely, not eat those kinds of things ever. It's not like, but everything in moderation. So I think that would be like a special treat because I really like the beet flavor with like the cumin seed and the citrus seed. It was so good. The bulgur was just a device to like scoop it all up with. I think it'll be the same if I replace that with cauliflower rice. Anyway, my head hurts a little bit, so I'm either gonna have a coffee or some water or maybe both. I'm gonna put everything away, and I'll probably see you after lunch, and we'll talk about my goals for 2024, because I feel like that's a video I've been meaning to make, and it's given me a reason to think about it. So I'll see you soon. Look at this Tenante just living her best life. Putting this plant here was the best decision I made for its life, I think. I was concerned it was getting a little too much sunlight because these don't really love to get like super direct sunlight, but it's only getting like a little bit of this direct sunlight like for only a few hours a day. So it looks very happy. This thing was super tiny when I got it in 2020, and now it's a monster, and I love it. It's so pretty, and I think it's got these purple backs, which are stunning. I mean, purple backs are pretty much the standard for any of these like Marinthiaceae family plants, but she's one of my faves. I did cut the majority of the leaves off of this one because it had spider mites pretty bad. Like oh my gosh, they were crawling around, nasty. So I cut most of the leaves off. I left the bottom ones there. I'm gonna continue to treat it. I have to remind myself to treat it with soap again, alcohol, and just to keep it overall pretty happy. Because I cut everything off of these. There's like probably 3 plants in this pot, and I cut 2 of them completely down in the soil. That is the only thing. If situation is really dire with spider mites, that's like a last resort kind of situation, because none of the leaves looked good. Like all of the leaves looked like they were just hurting. It was not good. So I'm sure she'll bounce back. These plants are really resilient, so you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Okay, so here we are on my office floor again. So I just downloaded Jenna Hong's template, and if you don't know Jenna Hong, she's another like lifestyle YouTuber on YouTube, and I like her a lot actually. I've been watching her for the last few months, and I really like her channel. I'll link her down below, but she's got a Notion template for like yearly goals, and I like her because she's really motivated. She's a very motivated person, and I find myself to be not as motivated, so I'm trying to be a little bit better. And I guess I'll start by reflecting on 2023. I didn't really think about too much before I came to start to film here, but 2023 in all, if I'm being really honest, was not bad. It was not bad. It was a pretty good year. I did a lot of stuff in 2023, and I'm really proud of the stuff that happened in 2023. 2023, it was actually in, when was I was approached in January, I think, by Boston Lyric Opera to like be in their production of Omar, which was in May. And that was my first time doing a union gig where I had to join a musicians union, and it was my first time singing with BLL, even though I was not like normally part of their roster. And it was a really good experience for me, and my mom came up and saw me. It was really fun, and I did my first like solo at Emmanuel, and which was the Allegre Miserere. Maybe I'll put a little clip here. It was so scary, but it was my first time to like actually have like a sort of solo-y thing, and I got through it. and I had a couple more opportunities later in the season, which was really great. And I will talk a little bit about Emmanuel. Emmanuel Church was the first church I ever like went to a service here in Boston. I just decided as a college freshman just to have a Sunday church experience, and it was like the one I found in, I think, the phone book. And I walked there, and it was on Newbury Street. It was walkable, and I was shocked to see that they had a fully orchestrated professional chorus Bach cantata every Sunday. That was shocking to me, and ever since then I wanted to sing there. And I'm now like middle age, and finally I'm singing well enough to actually sing there, and I am enjoying it so much. This is my second season, full season with Emmanuel now, and I'm beside myself with appreciation and joy. 2023 in all has been very good. It's been very good. YouTube, for some reason, featured my gaming channel twice in 2023, which surprises me because it has, I mean, it's a small gaming channel in the realm that it only has like 37 or 38,000 subscribers, but YouTube featured the channel on International Women's Day, and recently licensed the content for their like cozy gaming video, which was amazing. It was just amazing. It was something I never would have thought would happen, because I don't make gaming content like professionally. I just do it because it's fun and because I needed something really to do in 2020, and I just kept it going, and it's really wholesome and fun and I enjoy it, and I'm really happy to see that other people like it. And so that was really special to me. And 2023 has been pretty poppin'. And editing K here. Not me forgetting about the Tamron Hall show. That was a highlight of 2023. I completely forgot about it. But that was fun. We were on TV. We were on TV. And we're going on this like health journey in 2023. So far it's been good. It's been good. So if I reflect on the year, I think it's like a pretty like A- year, I say. So let's talk about the yearly goals. So it's split into 4 categories. No, it's split into 3 categories. They're professional, health and fitness, and career. So as far as personal goals, my first goal is to host at least once a month. I have this beautiful home and I never have anyone over. It's like weird, like people don't come over. So at least once a month I want to host either a dinner or like tea party or something, just so I can have people over. And I actually love hosting so much. I love it, love it, love it, and I never do it. So that is my main goal for 2024, is to host at least once a month, if not more than that. So my next one is less screen time, and I'm talking specifically about my phone, because I feel like I look at my phone too much. And I feel like my attention to things has diminished because of the time I spend going from this to that to this to that to this to that. And I feel like I don't have the focus anymore to like read a book or to watch a film or to work on a piece of jewelry or something with my hands. So I want to reduce my screen time, but more specifically with my phone. And leading into that, I want to take up a new instrument and get good enough at that instrument to be part of whatever recital, class recital they would probably begin, like studio recital. Because I want to reduce my screen time, I want to take up more of that time with practicing voice, piano, and this other instrument. And the instrument I've chosen to focus on, it was between 2, and I've chosen flute. I feel like flute, I've never played flute, right? I've played recorder, everyone's played recorder, hop across buns, hello. But I've never played flute before, and flute's a woodwind instrument, so it's gonna require the same breath control I use for singing, and a flute is small. And I think that I'm not going to get, I feel like if I take up violin again, I'll get some kind of stress injury from doing this. So I feel like flute is the natural choice, but we'll see how that goes. I've never played flute in my life. I've never even like touched a flute, if I'm gonna be honest, but I think it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna find a teacher, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of money on a flute. I'm not, but we'll have some fun. We'll see what happens. The last personal goal, and I only have a few, is to learn how to do latte art. I managed to make that one heart once, haven't been able to replicate it since, but I think that I can get good at this. So if I've got a whole year to do it, I think I can handle it. Okay, health and fitness, next. My first goal is to continue to eat well. I feel like by making the jump to cutting out highly processed foods, which was, I'm gonna be honest, very difficult to do, because I love highly processed foods. They're delicious, and the crunch, there's something about like potato chips and cookies and crackers and all that stuff that is just so delicious. It was really hard to give it up, but ever since I've wanted it less and less, and now I want it not at all. I look at it and I'm like, that's not food. So I want to continue on that journey and become better at cooking. Tonight or maybe tomorrow, I'm gonna make butter chicken. I'm very excited, but I want to continue to, I feel like it's an act of self-love to put good fuel into your person, and I want to continue that. I'm feeling really good. I think that the buy-in is so strong at this point that I have no reason to go back to what I was doing before. my next health and fitness goal is to get the toned shoulders and the biceps, basically arms in general. I did get heavier weights and it is a struggle. We are struggling, but you know what? Even the 10-pound weights, which are like right there, are getting easier over the last few days. So your girl's gonna be moving over to like 15 soon, or 20s. So we want to get a little bit jacked. So anything I can do to increase muscle or decrease muscle loss over like my entire time aging is gonna be great, because I'm learning that losing muscle is a super bad thing, like bad. Like if you are older and have lost a significant amount of muscle, and if you fall down that and break your hip, that is like most like a very serious injury and can most likely cut your life short by many, many years. So we're trying to stay muscle-y, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna add one. I guess I'm gonna add, oh my gosh, a blue jay. I'm gonna add deal with my knee, and in that dealing with my knee, I'm gonna decide whether or not I really need the surgery. I think I do. But if I do deal with the knee, I'd really like to get on a horse again next year. We'll see what happens, but I really would like to get back on a horse or a pony, probably more a pony. The closer I am to the ground, the safer I feel. But I would love to ride again. My body misses it. My soul misses it. I miss the smells of horses. I miss the smell of the barn, the hay, the vibes. I miss it all. The only thing I don't miss is how expensive it is to do. But you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way. My last health and fitness goal is to increase VO2 max. VO2 max is a measure of, actually, what is it? Okay, VO2 max refers to the maximum amount of oxygen your body can absorb and use during exercise. So it basically measures your aerobic fitness. And after 2020, like I can look at my Apple Watch information and, okay, Apple Watch information is like very like vague. It's probably not super accurate. However, when I look at my Apple Watch information, my VO2 max was average before it was above average actually before 2020, and after 2020 it went down to below average. It took like a year to do it, but it's now below average, and I want it back to average to above average. So that means I need to have more cardio fitness, and I really haven't been doing a lot of cardio because of my foot injury and other reasons, laziness. So I did buy Just Dance, and that's been really fun. So I think that I'll continue to do that to use as my primary cardio fitness outlet, because you can get so much bang for your buck because you're having fun and you're moving your body, even if you're holding Joy-Cons. So I'm going to continue to do that and try to raise that VO2 max up to average to above average again, because that's sad that I'm now below average. Okay, let's move on to career. For career, we're mostly talking about singing stuff. There is some YouTube stuff. We'll do the YouTube stuff first. So for YouTube, my plan is to do a content plan for like the entire year in 2024. I realize this isn't super possible, but I think it is possible to do it at least for the main channel, because home content is not like, there's not a lot of trendy things happening. I mean, there may be outliers like Marie Kondo, something may happen to her, and then I'll have to talk about it. But I'd like to have a plan, like an upload plan for the entire year. We'll see what happens. And I hope to do the Vlogmas thing that I plan to do this year, next year in a better way. So that is what I have planned for the main channel. I think that'll be a lot of work up front, but I think it'll be better for my mental health in the long run, because your girl's struggling when it comes to planning for the main channel. It is bad. And then my next goal for my career is to stream twice a week, and mainly we're talking about the gaming channel. I was streaming like 3 times a week at one point, and then I cut it down a little bit, but twice a week I think I can handle. And as far as like content goes for that channel, I think once a week is fine, but I definitely want to stream twice a week and connect with viewers and all of you, because I do get a lot out of that. And sometimes when I don't stream for a while, I forget why I stream, and then I stream and I'm like, why don't I stream? And so it's like, it's a whole like weird feedback. So my goal is to get back on that horse. And I think by planning out streams like every month, I think maybe that might be a good idea. I don't want to fill the feed up with like upcoming streams. So I'll have to make a lot of them like unlisted, but that is my goal for like for YouTube's goals. And my first singing career, I've got different goals. So my first goal is to, and this, I see I'm putting it into the universe and now I have to do it, is to audition for professional choruses. So my teacher, the person I've been studying with for the past like 5 years, has been telling me this for the past like 5 years, and I just haven't done it. So there are a number of professional ensembles outside of Boston that will either fly you in or pay for your lodging when you're out there to be in their ensemble for a period of time. And I have not sent my materials to any of these ensembles ever because I'm very afraid. And the worst thing that could happen was it's not be accepted. So I'm going to just take a chance and do some of that this year or next year, and to again re-audition for some of the ensembles around town that I feel like I would be appropriate for. They know who they are. I'm not going to say their names out loud, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I do think in one instance, music director just isn't into me, and that's totally fine, but I'll put my hat in the ring again and see what happens. My next goal is to finish my website. That is completely doable. I've done it before, I can do it again, but it just takes a lot of effort from, and I do not want to pay someone to do it if I can do it, so I will definitely put my head down and do it, but it just is a little bit of motivation. Oh, the clouds are just coming in. Ooh. Next is to complete the recording samples. I think that, well, I have a recording session tomorrow, and maybe we'll have another one at the beginning of the year, so I don't think that's going to be a huge problem to complete. And then my last professional goal is to continue to bring, this is very technical, continue to bring the head voice down a little bit to where I had been previously mixing or using chest voice exclusively. This is just a resonance thing with your voice, and I've had like some steps of trying to fill holes in my range, and my first sort of strategy was to bring chest voice up and bring head voice down. And there was this little spot in the middle where there was a little mix, but there was a little too much of this and not enough of this. So we're working on doing a little more of this, if that makes any sense. And it's actually been not so bad. Like, it happens on an incremental way. It happens in an incremental way. Like, there'll be a little bit more resonance, a little bit more pressure, and a little bit more like ease off of like the chest voice gas. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I know it's like vocal stuff. It's very hard to describe, but I think in the long run, doing that is going to make singing a lot more, it's going to make it a lot less effortful, I think. And that's really my main goal, because I am a very effortful singer, and I don't want to be. I want to be somebody who is kind of more free. And I realize my voice is not loud. I'm not a loud singer. And I have come to accept that. I remember when I went to see this voice teacher who I have had one lesson with, and we had this discussion, and she had described to me that Kathleen Battle, who was a very famous brown soprano like me in the 90s and 80s, had to be amplified every time she sang at the Met. And I did not know that. And I was like, wow, think of what we would have missed out on if she wasn't successful because she had a small voice. So I have to accept that my voice is the size that it is, and that I fit in very specific situations, and I'm not appropriate for a lot of other situations, and that's totally fine. So, well, it's not totally fine, but it's just something I have to accept. And accepting that, it has been really difficult for me. Like, I'm not gonna push my voice. I'm just not. I'm tired, and it just doesn't do anything, which is discouraging. So those are all of my 2024 goals. I think manageable. I don't want to overwhelm myself with like being too lofty, but I think they're doable. And I think as long as I keep my eye on the prize, and keep myself well planned, I'll be good. So that is all I have for today. I'm gonna start the vlog again because I really have to clean. If you saw the state of the bathroom rug in the master bath, like the bathroom hasn't been cleaned in like a couple of weeks. I've been sort of like very superficially wiping things down and everything, but it is nasty, and I should clean like all the bathrooms, and I should start the Roomba. Oh my God, the Roomba, I didn't tell you. The Roomba clean base is brokety broke. Like, she's broken. I took it apart. I tried to find if there was a clog. It says it has a sealing problem, like SEALING problem. I did everything it told me to do in the manual and on the website and everything, and I was able to get it to empty its dustbin once, and I was like, oh my gosh, she fixed. And then I started the Roomba again. The Roomba, the robot, is fine. It's just the clean base that's messed up. And then when the Roomba finished its job, it went back to the clean base and couldn't empty its bin again. So I've had to manually empty the bin every time, which defeats the purpose of having the clean base anyway, because the clean base is supposed to be the automatic bin emptying thing. So like, why have the clean base now? So I don't know what I'm gonna do about the clean base. I can try to take the clean base apart again and see what happens and try to find the problem. But I don't know. I'm discouraged. Anyway, it's time for editing. It's time for a matcha. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.